Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason, and we're going to talk to you today about 5 reasons that you should plant a fall garden. Fall gardening has become a hot topic lately and over the last few years. People want to talk about, hey, get your fall garden planted, get your fall garden planted. But some people just get worn out on gardening, and you don't really know if you need to worry about planting gardens anymore. Maybe just like, I'm tired of this, I'm ready to move along into what's coming in the next year. You know, holidays are coming up here in November, December, and you're just thinking about getting your stuff straight for that, and you're just done with gardening. But we do have reasons that you need to fall garden. One of the main reasons is it's just stinking easier. I mean, I've got spinach seeds right here in my hand, and I'm gonna take them, just plop them down in the dirt. Slowly drift them down through here, just like that. It's a little heavy, but you know what, then I'm gonna mess them up and do that. Now that's a really simplified version of what you can do, but it's really simple. Like lettuce, spinach, kale, a lot of these things that you can just kind of scatter the seeds lightly through the dirt, water them in, press them in a little bit, and they'll grow just like that. That's really the method that a lot of people use to get, it's like called a cut and come again method. We just kind of scatter the seeds, maybe a little thicker than normal, but you just get baby greens out of them. You just keep getting baby greens. You know, like the little bags of greens that you can get that get recalled that you might pay $3 to $6 for, depending on where you're at and if you get organic or not. Those, you can just grow those in your backyard very simply in the fall. Not to mention that there's less weeds, less fertilizing, less pests, you know, just less effort in general. It's easy. You should always plant a fall garden of just lettuce and spinach if you're into that kind of thing, right? But you should always fall garden for that reason. The second reason is it's just financially more efficient. One pack of seeds, like lettuce seeds, you might get 500 to 1,000 seeds in one pack, and it's going to cost you around $2 or $3. As opposed to buying one head of lettuce that might cost you $1 to $3 or more, depending on what you get, if you get regular or organic again. I mean, okay, so 500, let's just go on the low end, 500 seeds for $3, or one head of lettuce for $3 or $1 to $3. It's a lot easier, right? I mean, it's a lot more financially efficient that way. Plus, again, there's less effort. I mean, there's less fertilizer, so that's less of that. The reality is, if you're using ground that you've already fertilized before, you probably still have enough fertilizer in it, enough energy in that dirt, in that soil, that will continue to grow lettuce. It doesn't really take much, and so the seeds are cheap. You get a lot of seeds for your money. There's less fertilizer if any needed. Just less input for more output. Just financially more efficient. One thing that's really important to us is that it's just simply safer. There's so many recalls. In the last handful of years, you've probably noticed there's a lot of recalls on your greens, whether it's bagged, fresh, whatever. There's so many recalls for random bacterias and random problems with these greens that your greens, you know, are going to be safe. If you're growing lettuce and spinach and whatever else back in your fall garden, there's no chance that your vegetables are getting recalled, right? Because it's safe. You know exactly how it's been grown, what's been put on them, and they're probably the cleanest greens you're ever going to grow in a lot of methods. So it's safer. Plain and simple. You know you're not going to be eating something that's going to get recalled, and it's a low risk, high reward scenario. Okay, so you spend a few dollars on some seeds, plant them, and maybe don't come up, maybe something eats them, maybe whatever happens, and they just don't get the yield that you would like. You're not out that much. You're not out maybe what, less than $10. So if something happens and it doesn't do well, it'll be okay. It's not going to break the bank. So it's really a low risk, high reward scenario that, you know, you should just get involved in. There's no reason on that end to not plant all these little greens. See this? All these beautiful greens. And look, these didn't grow. These didn't come up that well. Big deal. We have some coming up, and some over here, some over here. It'll be okay. And finally, you can just simply grow food longer into the year. Who doesn't like growing food longer? I mean, I watch Gardener, right? I love it. As long as I can grow food, I'm gonna be growing food. And just because it gets cold doesn't mean it's gotta stop growing. Maybe it goes dormant, but if you plant your greens right, and if you cover them into the fall, we'll use Agribond. Which is something Agribond, something you can buy on Amazon. It's just a frost cover. If you use frost covers, there's many different varieties. If you use frost covers and you get your greens well established, they will start regrowing. In most cases, I guess maybe the extreme north, maybe they won't because it gets too cold. But like they'll start regrowing into the spring, and so you've already got a garden established in the spring for more greens. For me, that's the largest reason, I think, is that I can just keep growing food longer. And that is super important to me because our goal, again, is as food independent as possible. We're never going to be 100%, but if you're looking to be as food independent as possible and be able to source your own stuff right in your backyard, then you might as well grow more of these little guys here as long as you can. Again, there's a lot of different frost covers you can use. We have several different varieties and several different ways we do it. We have green stalks, and there's frost covers you can buy for your green stalk. We have little tunnels that are pre-assembled that you just that'll go over top of our raised beds really easy. And we also have a lot of these little hoops. Bought these on Amazon, real easy, real cheap, and we can put Agribond or some kind of frost cover on top of that and use it as a tunnel. So it's no reason for us not to use it, for us not to try to plant more greens and more vegetables in our backyard. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do hope you continue to try and plant a fall garden. It's not too late. So get your seeds in the ground. If you can find started plants, get those in the ground, whatever it takes. But hey, get your food growing. Don't give up just because it's getting cold. Don't get exhausted on growing food just because it's late in the year. Keep trying. You'll be happy you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason. This is Our Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.